Good afternoon.
Good
I am Doc-
afternoon.
I am Dr. Raquel Rubin, and today I am with the wonderful Christine von Pander. Did I pronounce correctly, Christine?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Okay, great. You know, my audience is mostly dental practice owners, and I would love for them to know you. Who are
Thank
you?
you.
Who is Christine?
Well, I am a supply chain management professional who's been in that industry for coming up 26 years this year. And I help businesses get the resources they need where they need them and when they need them. And I do that in three different categories. So the first category is people. So if people are looking to hire more employees for their business, I help them with that. The second thing is processes, and processes are the software solutions that we run our businesses on these days. So it can be enterprise resource planning systems, customer relationship management systems, very important to the dental industry to keep track of all of your patients, but they're also your customers. So you want to keep on top of that and keep reaching out to them whenever you have a good reason to. And a good client relationship management system will help with that.
That's so important. And most of the time, people think, oh, they are my patients, and I shouldn't be marketing. I shouldn't be. You don't have
Yeah,
to start waiting for them to reach you. Just do,
exactly.
just do the work up front. And I love that you said that you have the way to get people to get the proper hiring. And there are dentists that says, nowadays is very it's very challenging to get new stuff. So I wonder, is there is someone that is in the audience thinking, but for me has been very difficult to find new stuff. What specifically are you offering them?
Well, I don't work in all areas as far as human resources. I don't work in in a lot of different other countries because the rules are different in each country. I'm operating from Canada, and
Okay.
so I have no issues here. I can help anyone here. But as far as what's happening with the solution right now to getting people to hire is paying a good wage for the industry that you're in, the category that you're hiring for. That would be first and foremost. The second thing would be to make sure that your environment is very, very inclusive and like a family and respectful and a good place to work, and then the people will want to stay. So you don't want to be having high turnover in staff. If you're having that issue, you need to be doing something to find out why people are leaving, and what you need to change about the business and about how people are being treated to make sure that they want to stay, right? people
Exactly.
people don't leave people don't leave businesses, and they don't leave companies, they leave bad managers. So
Wow.
if they're leaving because of money, that's also a consideration nowadays. People have realized that they do bring value to the table, and they want to be treated and appreciated that way, so that they can afford to have, not just survive with them and their families, but to thrive and to do well and to be appreciated, so that when they get up in the morning and they're going to go to work, they want to feel happy about being able to do that, that they're not going to go in and be disrespected or taken for granted or things like that when they get there. So those are the two things that have been standing out the most for people right now.
Yes, people doesn't want to be taken for granted. You
Yeah.
nail it because most of the time people say, never my boss. never asked me if I was okay, if how I was doing. I find out that he wasn't or she wasn't happy with my work on the revision day, on the
Hmm.
evaluation day. And people need to know that they are valued, and they also need to know when they do great, because if your focus as a leader is, oh, you did this wrong and this wrong, oh my goodness, that's a toxic environment, and no one wants to work in a toxic environment anymore.
No, no. People have changed their values, or I don't think changed their values is accurate. They've always had this, humans always have the same values and the things that are important to them. It's just a matter of now they actually can say it out loud, where before it was, the term that I heard was "suck it up" mentality. You know, you should be happy you have a job at all, and suck it up, because this is not going to change. And as soon as people realize there is no hope for it getting better, they instantly check out. They check out mentally, they check out physically. They start looking elsewhere, and in some cases, depending on what it is they do as a profession, they even change professions to get into something that is more in alignment with their integrity and their morals and how they feel about themselves and their family. If they're supporting a family, people will still suck it up for some time for that, but after a certain point, you can't anymore. It just eats away at your soul until you have to leave.
Yes, because works takes so many hours of our life,
Yes.
and we deserve to be in places where we feel valued, we feel loved, we feel appreciated, and we also are given the tools to thrive.
Yes.
And
Yes.
sometimes people think that that means only money. And people think, oh, if I don't have the money, then I don't have with what to compete.
Hmm.
But that's absolutely wrong, because money, it is important. We are not negating that. However, you said family. You used the concept of family, that the people in your business feel that they belong, and belonging is so important nowadays. It has been always important. However, the suck it up mentality, is not lasting anymore. So people want to feel great wherever they are, whatever they are doing.
Hmm. Yes.
A- and you said that you are in Canada, so you offer your services in Canada. However, I have heard you saying a lot of tips that you don't have to be a dentist working in Canada to put those tips into practice.
Correct.
So thank you for that. What else they should do that you can do for them?
Well, the other thing that people really like is when they have the good tools to work with, current tools to work with. So right now, if in your dental practice, you don't have a customer relationship management software tool, you're really doing yourself and your team a disservice, because you can reach out, when you get one client, one patient, one customer, that person in the dental industry, that's not just that person you're getting. You're also getting, if you do your job right, you're getting their entire family. So it'd be their
Absolutely.
children, grandchildren, parents, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, everyone. If you
Friends,
if you do it right. And so how to do it right is to make them understand that you matter, or that they matter to you. And how you can do that is having them in a database such as a customer relationship management database. And you can send out, happy birthday messages, and, not just and schedule all of the regular appointments throughout the year for each of the people in the family, and have it so that it reminds them to reach out. And the other thing is, since COVID, it's really brought to the surface the loneliness of people, and different things of being isolated. So if you have a patient you haven't seen for a few months, or touched or spoken to or reached out to or anything, run a list of those people too, and just pick up the phone and give them a call. In a lot of cases, a 5-minute phone call will make them feel so appreciated and heard, and they will know that you care about them as an individual, and they're more likely to stay loyal to you as a patient rather than going to the dentist down the road. So
Absolutely.
especially
Absolutely.
now, if you haven't seen an elderly patients, that whether they live alone or not, or they're in care, still reach out. They will really, really appreciate it, and they will tell everyone that they talk to, my dentist actually phoned me. My dentists have never phoned me. And so when they talk about that, then as soon as they say it out of their mouth, their friend, whoever they're speaking to, says, well, who is your dentist? I want that kind of dentist for me. And it changes the whole dynamic of your practice.
And forever you will remember that. I remember that I read once that when companies invest in the middle of several situations like hurricanes, earthquakes, and I have undergone all of those.
Yes.
Uh, when companies invest in their customers, people remember even more because of the situation. And the other day, I was telling my audience, you know what? If you are having patients that you give their treatment plan and they didn't do everything at your office, and just make like the first step, the prophylaxis or dental cleaning, and then the most expensive treatment they went to another place, there is something wrong in the relationship management. And the solution that you are providing is is amazing, because it's so often overlooked, that part of the business. Because people, dental practice are a business. You do it with love, you do it with ethic, but for being sustainable, we have to have systems. And what Christine is providing us is another way to have a system in place. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I really hope that people get the benefit of that. Then, even if they don't get it from me, they need to have it in place so that they can keep in touch with people.
And however, your system, any dentist can buy it even if the person is not practicing in Canada, or
Oh, yes, they're universal. Yeah. All of
so. There
all
you
of those
go.
systems they're software, so they can be anywhere in the world.
That's the amazing things about online.
Yes. Yes, for
You
sure.
don't need to be in the same place, and besides, they speak the same language, so there is no language barrier. What else can you provide for them, or you would love them to know about you and your services?
The last item that I provide to my clients is uh, product sourcing. So I've been in supply chain management, as I said, for over 25 years now. And so I have connections and a network of industry and businesses that I can help get equipment, everything from heavy industrial equipment, medical equipment, all the way down to raw materials that go into a process. So there would be things like potentially toothpaste in the dental office, or getting the floss, or things like that, that maybe, I'm sure that some of those things you would get from the manufacturer's reps already yourself. But different, it could be a very large purchase item, or it could be a very small thing that you need many of, high volume of. So those are the types of things that I also help my clients with.
And do you get in any way support them in getting special rates or something like that?
Yes, I negotiate every deal myself to make sure that the client is getting the best pricing that's available, and the best fit for purpose of the item that they're buying. So
Wow, that's great.
I ask a lot of questions, and I've worked in medical industry, in the laboratory areas, outfitting entire brand new labs. And there was my most recent one was a genetics lab. And so getting all of the equipment and all of the, I can't say some of the stuff, but all of the equipment needed to do the genetic testing and coding and so forth.
You
So it's
know,
can be quite interesting doing what I do.
yes, I bet. You know that there are dentists that sometimes um, choose one of their staff members to do that. And I can tell you, that is so burdensome that
Yes.
I am so thrilled to hear that you do that, because it can be so burdensome having one of our staff member doing that I think it is worth it every moment, because you're liberating an employee to do another things that only they can do.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
it really makes sense to give you a try.
Thank you. I appreciate
Y-
that. I appreciate the
yeah, be-
opportunity. Thank you
I
for thank you
I
for
have been in
digging
the
in.
dental clinic. I know what you are offering is awesome. People, hear this. This is
Thank
awesome
you.
opportunity.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
how can the people that are interested in your products and services, how can they contact you? I will be putting all the information on the link, but I would love for you to say it.
Hmm. Okay. So my email address is Christine, ChristIstine, at ihavepeopleforthat.com. And the for is FOR. So just as it is on the screen here. So Christine at ihavepeopleforthat.com. And I welcome hearing from your viewership, to see how I might be able to help.
I really appreciate that. I want to emphasize that sometimes we are full of things to do at the dental practices. And sometimes we don't realize when some opportunities show up that they are great, because we are only thinking, oh, but this is going to cost me whatever it is. And I want to emphasize that time is really valuable. And deciding where, when, and who is going to spend which time doing what, it could be a very powerful part of a great strategy. So I want to invite people to consider the possibility to give it a try, to do things different this year, because if the results you got last year wasn't the ones that you love to have, well, what if you allow yourself to give it a try and do something different this year? Christine, is there anything at all that you just remember at the last moment that you would love for my audience to find out right now?
The biggest thing is to treat your patients as if they're customers as well, so that you get them coming back and you get them bringing their friends and family. It's the best thing you can do for your practice, and it makes it so nice and so effortless when you get into a routine of it and you get used to doing it and blocking off a little time of your day every day to make those calls yourself as the person who is working on them. They really appreciate that. And it will take you a very, very long way. And it's better than any other kind of advertising you can do because it's from you personally, from your heart to theirs. And that's how you yeah, that's how you grow your practice.
You know, that's really powerful. I remember that at the beginning that I started my office, I do some marketing. So, however, there was a moment that my patients took that job by themselves, and there were some times that was so inspiring when I asked people, "How did you reach me? How did you found about me?" And they said, "Oh, I was in the mall and there were people enthusiastically talking about you." And I thought, hey, I want to go to the same dentist all these people is talking about. So I want people to think, would you love to be the one who have their patients talking about you in a way that people want to go with to you?
Yes, yes.
I,
It's very good feeling.
yes, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. It's inspirational. You know, it's like, wow, other people love so much my work, love so much how they are treated here, because after all, we are all a team, and we create an experience for the patient. Everything starts in the leader.
Absolutely, 100%.
You lead by example, provide the tools for your people, your staff, to be able to thrive, and provide the resources to reach your patients more frequent. So I would love for people to give you a consideration. And I want to say thank you, Christine, for being with us today. I am so looking forward to find out how it went and how it go. And in the future, I would love you to also return when if you have a new service or new product or new tips, feel free to let me know. And I think the audience will be delighted to hear you again. So, for my audience, thank you so much for the gift of one of your most valuable assets, your time. If you follow the tips Christine shared with us today, you are going to empower your people, you are going to empower yourself, you are going to be taking care of your patients and taking your dental practice to a whole new level. And remember that what I desire for you is that you become a leader of your life that is able to live doing what you love. So until next time, take care.